Hey guys, what's up? I don't know if anybody's noticed or not, but I had to delete a good many of my movies that don't suck on my channel. Some of the reviews that I'd done earlier. I had some copyrighted music in there, and I was really afraid of getting suspended or whatever YouTube does to people. And I don't really want to deal with any of that hassle, so just deleted a lot of those videos. I wasn't really happy with them anyway, so I'll just start over. And now I'm coming back with a vengeance. So this next week, I'm going to be doing a week to 10 days. I'm going to be doing Vengeance films. And these are some of my favorite Vengeance films, and they're not like all the like atypical ones you might think of. You know, not all the exploitation style from the 70s and 80s. I have some of those in my list, but some that aren't. So today I'm gonna go with one of my favorites. You may or may not call this a vengeance film, but you can probably argue it either way. The Road Warrior. And it's an awful glare. Thanks, sir. Road Warrior. Now, this is the Blu-ray. I just picked this up. It's one of the main reasons I wanted to do a review on it because I was really surprised at how it looked. It looks great on Blu-ray. Um, Saw a review. B. West Jr. did a review, or he had this in his recent pickups video a month or so ago. Looks really good on Blu-ray. And Road Warrior, of course, also called Mad Max 2 pretty much everywhere else in the world. But here in the U.S., it was released under the Road Warrior because released in 1981. Back then, they had tried to make Mad Max somewhat of a success here in the U.S. and it just didn't catch on. Uh, People just didn't want to see it. So when this came out, rather than calling it Mad Max 2, they called it The Road Warrior, which I think was a really smart move because I think this film had a good bit of success theatrically here in the States. But yeah, you know, I like Mad Max. I'm not a huge fan of Mad Max, but um, I hadn't seen it before I saw Road Warrior. Watched Road Warrior numerous times on cable, you know, back in the day. And I don't really like the third installment either, Beyond Thunderdome or whatever the hell it's called. I think like Tina Turner's in it or something. Some crazy lady plays as dominatrix, and I'm not a big fan of that one. Probably do need to go watch it again though, just to make sure. But Road Warrior, yeah, you know, Mad Max, the main character Max, his the film starts out, you know, he's looking for oil. Now, like, oil is like the most precious commodity because nobody has any. Because it's after Armageddon, you know, after the end of the world, basically, um, oil is the most precious commodity. So he's out looking for oil. That's basically all he does is roam the countryside and look for oil. And when the film opens up, he's running from this group of this biker gang, and he, you know, narrowly escapes them, and then he comes across this. He sees like a gyrocopter, I believe they're called, little small little one person helicopter with no cage or anything. It's just open uh, little helicopter. He sees it sitting there, you know, and he goes and checks it out, and turns out it's a booby trap, and it's a guy hiding in the sand. And he kind of, you know, pulls a gun out real fast and puts Max on the spot. But he eventually turns the tables and he takes that guy hostage and he says, you know, don't kill me. I know where there's oil or gas, petrol. He's like, all right, rad. You know, let's go check that out. So the guy takes him back to his home base area, and it's an oil rig, basically, an oil field that's, you know, surrounded by this huge compound and guarded by lots of folks. And this is in this film going to be called The Good Guys. And this film, um, you know, basically just a huge action film. You know, from start to finish, nonstop action, which is awesome for me. I love that kind of stuff. It's not easy to do though. It's not easy to pull off. You'll see in a lot of films, Bad Boys 2. I'm not a big fan of that one, but yeah, Bad Boys 2 is not. They tried to do something similar, like it's nonstop action, but I really fell asleep during that. But this film, Um, yeah, he has to go back and basically there's this big biker gang that's trying to get into this compound and steal the oil from this oil well, and they of course want to defend it. So Max eventually agrees to help them, fight these guys, and they're trying to get this huge tanker, and they're trying to bring that with them. And they eventually have an end goal of what they're trying to do. They're trying to get out of there and go somewhere else, to the beach or somewhere like that. But what ensues is just a whole lot of violence and a whole lot of blood and gore and stuff like that. People getting fingers chopped off. There's this really cool feral kid, wild kid, who has an awesome mullet. Kind of looks like a miniature Joe Dirt, but he has this boomerang that he throws, and it has like a really sharp blade on it, and it cuts limbs off and stuff like that. So he's awesome. He's like what I remembered the most as a kid was this little youngster that was so wild and crazy. And if I'm not correct, I think he returns in the third movie. I'm not sure, but yeah, from that point on, Max is fighting these guys, and I'm not going to spoil the ending, but I'm sure most of you have already seen this movie. So yeah, awesome film, and hopefully I'll have some more of these videos up this week. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.